If you grew up in a complicated family, then this video is for you. There's this idea that if you talk honestly about your life and it upsets somebody, then you've done something wrong. And that is not at all the way that it works. Talking about your lived experience is not the same thing as attacking somebody else, even if it is uncomfortable for that person to hear. Even if they don't like the version of the story where it doesn't make them look great. A lot of us were brought up thinking that the price for peace is just staying silent, and being honest is just stirring the pot. Telling the truth meant that you were being dramatic or cruel or disloyal. But here's the thing, silence does not equal harmony. It just means that one person is carrying everybody else's comfort. And if somebody gets upset because you told your story honestly, it's not automatically on you to try and fix it. Now, some important clarification before somebody takes what I'm saying and just hears what they want to hear. What I'm not saying is say whatever you want to and screw everybody else's feelings. That is not what I'm trying to get across here. Accuracy matters, intent matters, how you say things matters. And here's another boundary that a lot of adults hate, but they absolutely need it. If I say something that genuinely upsets you, the healthy way to deal with it is to come talk to me directly about it. Don't send somebody else to be an intermediary. Don't unfriend me from all social media and just hope that I get the message. Don't start a gossip text group about me behind my back. I cannot deal with a problem that I don't know exists, and I'm not going to go scavenging for secondhand outrage. Direct communication shows respect. Everything else is just avoidance with extra steps. And look, people are allowed to remember events differently than I do. That's a normal thing. But I'm still allowed to talk about how those moments landed on me. If hearing somebody else's truth feels like an attack to you, that's usually not about cruelty. It's usually about them holding a mirror up to you that you didn't want to see. And yeah, mirrors can be uncomfortable. There's been a lot of shit that I've done in my life that I regret and I probably don't want to think about, but if it bothered somebody else, I kind of owe it to them to try and work through it. But asking me not to hold any mirrors up to them because they don't feel comfortable about their reflection, that is not peace. That's control. You don't owe silence just because somebody prefers a version of reality that's just easier for them. I talk about a lot of things on my channel, things that I have screwed up over the years, that I grew up in racism and I was racist without even knowing it a lot of the times. I used to harshly judge gay people, thinking that they were going to go to hell one day because that's how I was raised. And I had a mother who was abusive, both physically and emotionally and psychologically, and I'm allowed to talk about that from my own perspective. And I say these things not to hurt her, even if she were still alive to understand it. I'm just saying how these things affected me. The point of my channel is not to blame, it's to talk about and work through these problems. And I have a lot of you reach out to me and say, thank you for bringing this up. Thank you for talking about this because I'm going through something similar, or I went through something similar and I felt like I was weird and I was the only person who ever went through this. I know there's others of you out there who have family members that you're disappointed in because of the way they voted. And not just because they voted for the other team, but because of what their vote represents. Those of you who have been on my channel for a long time, you know that I am not out to attack people. I'm not out to try and hurt people. I'm trying to just tell my story and find commonality with other people. Even the people in the comments that I respond to that outright attack me, I tend to laugh and then tell them how I think that they are wrong. Now, they may think that they're still right, and they are welcome to that opinion. But I'm going to give my side of the story, my reasons for why I think they are wrong, and they're welcome to come back at me with their version. If somebody ever gets mad at you and tries to hold something over your head, whether it be money or banishment or just something where they're trying to take something away from you, that is not about the relationship. That's about control. And if that relationship means anything to that person, they need to come to you, me, and say, hey, something you did upset me and I want to talk about it. And then you work through that problem. Or you reach a stalemate and you both go opposite directions. But at least you came to that conclusion. But if somebody wants to continue to have a relationship with you, all they need to do is be an adult and walk through that door and have the uncomfortable conversation.